Good evening. This is the 100 Nights of Worship, and we are on day 63 of the 100 Nights of Worship. It's been amazing how God has started with us from the beginning to now. And today we're talking about falling down in worship. Seems like something we've discussed before, but you'll be surprised what we'll learn today. Please do join us as we continue. Falling down in worship, what does it mean? Our key text is Revelation chapter 5 verse 14. And there we saw the elders and the beast fall down, then worship God. But it's not just in Revelation 5 verse 14. From in chapter 3 down to the last chapter, each time you see people, especially those at the throne, fall down to worship. Wherever you see anything else, it is outside of Revelation. You can see anyone bowing down to worship. But in Revelation, it's always they falling down to worship. That was, to me, how John saw the act. And he himself, by the time he was done with the Revelation, at the end of Revelation, had to worship that way. So in Revelation 21, you saw him fall down to worship. It is completely amazing. Why fall down? Now, why fall down? Why fall down to worship? Why not bow down to worship? All throughout the book of Revelation, each time the action was depicted by falling down to worship. Yes, it may still connote bowing down, but I believe that there was a deeper revelation to this. And by the time John was done with his revelation, he too did the same thing when the angel met him, and he fell down and worship the angel, and they just said no, worship God. So we learned there that God is the one who deserves worship. But each time the elders are doing it, those, mind you, the elders and those being represented at the throne are the closest in authority in the entire universe, closest to God in authority. Very, very close. They operate at the throne, and these people with so much authority cannot just bow down to worship, cannot just worship. A lot of us, when we go to church, we sit in our comfortable chair and just, acting posh, and we lift our hands and just worship God, looking around. Those are looking at us, so we look cool. But up there at the throne, they don't look cool. They fall down and worship. So, what does this signify? Because the scriptures are written for our own learning, are written for our own benefit. And I never even noticed this up to now. The difference that's actually those in Revelation and those elders and people that John saw when he got the revelation all fell down to worship. He didn't describe their action as bowing down. Is it that John lacked the word to use that could translate to bowing down? No, I don't think so. But I believe it's a revelation. They fell down to worship. You see, when God's glory is truly revealed, it is a spontaneous action. To me, I believe it's even involuntary. You just have to. You have no choice. His majesty is too. Is there any word like splendiferous? It's too wonderful that it brings within you a yearning, an instant yearning to worship that brings you down, and you just fall down and worship. And so, the revelation is even beyond the act. We see that if you want to worship God, you've got to worship God in the Spirit. Now, begin to notice it. You cannot be in the Spirit and be in the flesh. So, this is it. Automatic quotes say, falling down in worship is actually casting down your flesh for your spirit to rise in the worship. The flesh cannot be in operation when the spirit is in operation at the same time. No. The flesh got to go down for the spirit to rise in the worship. More so, you've got to let yourself, take yourself out of the picture. Yourself has to go down. You know, like Paul said, you've got to crucify the flesh. Self has to go down so it does not interfere in your worship. I pray that God opens your eyes to catch this revelation and that you'll be able to incorporate this level of worship when you worship. Do join us as we continue to unravel true worship, and may God bless you. Thank you.